If you don't embrace technology, your business will die. Startups are moving closer and closer to replacing people from the workforce altogether. So let's dive into a few sectors and jobs that will be completely wiped out due to the AI tech tsunami that's coming. Hey there, my name is thecrwd. I invest in startups and I teach everyday investors how they can jump into startups as well, sometimes for as little as a few $100s. Let's dive into AI and how they're going to wipe it all out. The first place we have to start is how startups and businesses are fully embracing artificial intelligence. So many businesses are making the transition to an AI-based workplace and some an AI-based workforce. Right now, this carries a lot of upfront costs, but in the long run, the cost to bring AI into our businesses will continue to be reduced, and these expenses are going to be lower and lower, saving thousands and sometimes millions, even billions of dollars to larger corporations. And I'm watching business leaders and startup founders every single day either adopt AI and embrace it, or there's others, they just think it's a fad and they aren't. They're not doing anything. Now, I can say with absolute certainty that the businesses that don't adopt AI, they will not be able to survive the future. I've got teenagers, right? I have a whole gaggle of kids. At my house right now, these teenagers are using AI on the regular. What do you think is going to happen when this generation hits the workforce? AI is just going to be how they operate in business and in life. They will have the advantage in the limited job market that lays ahead in the future because they have been operating and moving in it for so long. So what do I mean by that? Well, the hard, cold truth is that with the adoption of artificial intelligence, it's going to require less and less jobs and actual humans to sit and operate inside of those jobs. And so as fewer jobs come online, those who are qualified in artificial intelligence, those who know how to operate in it, execute in it, they're the ones that are going to get the opportunity to step into those roles. And these are the trends that I'm seeing right now. AI is not going anywhere. It's here to stay, and it's going to change our world forever, just like the internet did when it showed up however many 20 some years ago. If you want to see the startups that I think are the hottest startups right now, all you have to do is hit that link in the description and you can snag a guide, a free guide that I've put together where I talk about the 10 hottest startups that I'm looking at right now. All right, now it's time to talk about the jobs and roles that are basically going to be replaced and extinct in the next 10 years. One of the first ones is a bank teller. Now, hard to imagine if you grew up in the 80s like me, that's what you did. You went to the bank. But listen, banks are shutting down drive-up tellers. They're even shutting down branches. 74% of bank customers do all of their banking online, and the bank teller is going to be a thing of the past. Now, as I walk through each one of these, I want to hear from the comments from you. What jobs do you think are going to be eliminated by AI? And do you agree with some of the jobs that I'm sharing right here? The next one, post office workers. I mean, who loves standing in the post office? Not me. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if AI showed up and completely eliminated that entire system and process. The next one's going to be interesting for you. It's writers and journalists, or anyone involved in print media. With artificial intelligence on the rise and the rise of information and access to all of the information, and the fact that we could get articles written for us, it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. I think this industry is massively pivoting and shifting right now, but I think artificial intelligence is probably going to be one of the main writers in the future. Grocery checkout clerks, I think that's going to be artificial intelligence. Data entry, easy. Throw a spreadsheet in, let them put it all together. Telemarketing, I think, is going to be changed. I'm not going to be mad about that. Telemarketing kind of sucks. It'll be interesting if an AI robot learns how to become an annoying telemarketer. That'll be crazy. Now, this is an interesting one. Graphic design. I don't know if you see what's happening out there right now, but with some of the technology and the graphics and the web design and video creation, I mean, it all looks so real. I was just in Austin, Texas, and I was in an Uber and I was talking to this kid who's going to UT Austin. And I was like, what do you do? He's like, I'm in graphic design. I was like, what do you think about artificial intelligence? He's like, oh man, I hope it doesn't mess everything up. And I'm like, oh, this kid has his head in the sand. Shame on you, University of Texas, Austin. You're letting this kid continue down, give you all this money, and the second he steps out, he's going to have a mountain of debt. He's going to have no skills or tools on how to leverage artificial intelligence and graphic design. I think graphic design is wildly going to change and look so different. When you're too close to any industry, you think your industry is the one that won't get disrupted. And so we have to make sure we watch that no matter what industry you're in. Look at your industry. It's going to change. Your job right now is going to change. The question you have to ask yourself is, how is it going to change? And is this job going to be completely eliminated? And what can I do to prepare myself for the future that is artificial intelligence? The biggest and one of the most important questions we have to ask is, how is this going to impact the overall economy? I mean, people are going to be out of work. How are they going to afford to live and spend and keep the economy going? Specifically, the people on the ground that probably feel that their job is going to be disrupted. I can't lie, this is going to be a massive disruption for everyone, especially right here in the United States. Look, just think about it. Years ago, when manufacturing went overseas and we saw a mass exodus of jobs that went to Mexico or China, and we saw complete industries, manufacturing just crumble. They got destroyed. And I think we're going to see the same thing happen. A lot of jobs are going to exit, but they're going to exit to artificial intelligence and robots. I think what will happen is I think we're going to see more of a global economy. I think there are going to be more opportunities in some of these developing countries. If you've been top talent here in the United States, there may be a place for you overseas to help other companies and organizations like that scale and kind of move into those next seasons inside of these countries that are going to be evolving along the way. I get asked all the time, is it a smart move to invest in startups like these that will essentially leave millions without a job? And I guess my response is typically, you can either invest and you can catch this wave, or you can stand on the sidelines with your principles and be left out. If you don't want any part of it, it's all good. That's on you. You can make that decision. You get to choose your future. But I hope you and your family aren't left in the dust, unable to find a job or wishing you had made a move when you had a chance. So I guess at the end of the day, what do you think? Where do you think is going to happen with jobs? What jobs are going to be disappearing? Drop in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Hey, look, if you're new to the world of startup investing, I would love to share with you the top 10 startups that I'm looking at right now. There are 10 hot startups out of the 600 plus startups that are out there that I've put on a list. I want to give it to you completely and totally free. All you have to do is click that link down in the description and I'll send it to you right away. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I know you're going to like this one right here, and you're definitely going to like this one right here.